Yo, what's going on, everyone? Mike Hill, the Wholesaling Titan here. And in today's video, I am answering one of the most popular wholesaling questions that I get, and that is, what is the best list to use to find motivated sellers? So rather than kind of beat around the bush, I want to give you a very straightforward answer that you can use start using to make your offers today. Now, before I jump in, just want to ask if you could please take 2 seconds to, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It just helps out a great deal, and I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And in true Titan fashion, I'm not just going to give you one list of motivated sellers, but I'm actually going to give you my top 3 lists that you should begin with. And actually, before I give you the 3, let me start off with just an honorable mention. Now, if you're wholesaling locally, driving for dollars is a highly underrated method of building your own list. People don't like to hear it. So many people are looking for that magic list, and they kind of overlook this method because of its simplicity. But it really is highly effective. There's a lot less competition, and if you can integrate it into your everyday life, meaning, let's say you take a certain route to work every day, or you drive to the gym every day, or I've even had students who have been Uber drivers who drive for dollars as they're picking up their clients. So it really is a good source that you should at least keep in mind. And so with that said, let's go ahead and jump into my number 3 pick. So my number 3 pick is going to be probate. Probate is when a homeowner passes away and somebody inherits the property. Now, these deals are great because oftentimes the people inheriting these houses, they're not using the property as a primary residence. They may not even live in the area or even live in the same state. The houses are usually vacant. They may be in poor condition or even, full of junk. And the spreads on these deals, meaning the profit, are typically some of the higher spreads that I've experienced, at least personally. Now, on the negative side, depending on the deal, that probate can take some time to get done, going through the court and legal process, which is why I personally would not rely on this as a singular source of deals. Now, you can get this information by going directly to the county clerk courthouse in person, and in certain municipalities, or even through certain third-party websites, and even through some CRMs, you can actually purchase this information online. So it's really convenient. In Palm Beach County, where I live, for example, you can log on to the county clerk website and you can buy this list for $5 for the month. Now, if you're looking for more information on probates, how they work, how to get the lists, and what to do with it, you can check out my ebook, Prodigious Probate Profits, and I'll go ahead and leave that link in the description. So let's move on to choice number 2, and that's going to be what I call location-specific niche lists. And I can probably do better with that name, but what I mean is that these are lists of potentially motivated sellers that are defined by specific problems and issues outside of the more common ones you hear about, like absentee owners, pre-foreclosures. It's the type of stuff that you'll find. The type of stuff you find in your average data mining system like PropStream. That's kind of not what I'm talking about here. Oftentimes, these types of lists aren't necessarily available in all municipalities, and you really have to do some digging for them. So it does require a little bit more research, a little bit more work on your part, a little sweat equity, more so than just buying a list specifically made for wholesalers and real estate investors. But these tend to be a little bit less competitive. So a few examples would be code violation lists, water shutoff lists, or fire damaged homes. So an example I want to mention comes from one of the very first videos I put on YouTube. This is 7 years ago. And to date, it's still one of my most popular videos. It's got like 50,000 views at this time. And in that video, I talked about getting leads from the code violation list on a website in Hollywood, Florida. Now, this website is awesome because you can search by the type of violation. So you can look for properties that were specifically cited for things like high grass or junk in the yard or boarded up windows. And with that level of specificity, it's really simple to look for and isolate those distressed properties. So after making that video, I get a ton of responses. And even to this day, I get DMs and questions saying, Mike, my city doesn't have this information available online. And so my response is always like, bro, what do you want me to do? I can't go to your mayor and say, hey, you got to put that information online today because Joe needs it. You have to either, those are excuses, man. You either have to choose a different source or maybe look at neighboring cities or neighboring counties. So again, it does take some additional work and that independent research on your part. But those are good lists that I guess not many wholesalers are using. All right. So before I get to my final number one list for finding motivated sellers, I want to say this. Most people I talk to think that having the right list is the key to wholesaling. And yes, having good data is important. Nobody's denying that. But simply having the right list, that's only half of the solution, if that much. And that's the reason why you can have two new wholesalers, right? They're both in the exact same market. They both have the exact same budget. They're both using the exact same list. And one wholesaler will go ahead and do 10 deals in 6 months, and the other one, after 6 months, they'll do 0 deals. Now, why is that? Well, that's because so much of this business has to do with your systems, things like making sure you're tracking, making sure you know your metrics, working on your habits, your routines. What are you doing every day? The speed at which you operate, knowing how to analyze and make good offers, knowing what to say, good scripts, how to negotiate, how to overcome objections, having appropriate follow-up systems in place, probably one of the biggest ones, knowing how to follow up, what resources to use, having set intervals of when you're going to do your follow-ups, and just so much more. Also, your list should match your strategy. So one wholesaler, for example, may use like an absentee owner list or a pre-foreclosure list, and they might do 5 deals a month, but they need to spend $10,000 in marketing to do those deals. So even though that list works for them, that list won't work for you if you're operating with a budget of, say, $500 a month. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about the process at the end of this video, but now it's time. I want to give you my number one choice. And the number one choice is what I like to call combination lists. So these are lists where the seller has multiple levels of motivation. So if we look at some popular lists that wholesalers use, let's go back to absentee owner lists, or pre-foreclosure lists, even a divorce list. Yes, those are all motivating factors indicative of someone who would likely take a low offer in exchange for a quick as-is cash sale. But what happens if someone has a vacant home and they just evicted a tenant, and they're an absentee owner, and they're in pre-foreclosure? For obvious reasons, that person is going to be a much, much more motivated seller. Now, someone in that situation with all those, hypothetical factors is admittedly rare. But what you'll do is you'll build your list with several layers of motivation, and you'll get a few results, couple results. But those people will be most likely to convert. So what you want to do is prioritize those leads, and after you've gone through them, then you can take a filter off, right? So if we look at our previous example, we said vacant, absentee owner, in pre-foreclosure that evicted a tenant. So you want to run that search again, but maybe this time you leave off the eviction criteria. Then you run that same search again, but in the next one, you'll take off the pre-foreclosure criteria. And the search results will come back with more and more leads. And then what you want to do is kind of switch it up with different combinations. So if you want to kind of learn the exact system, the software, the specific combinations, criteria, and like the filters that I use, essentially like the formula that I use, and then how I pull back those layers. And if you want to deep dive on the processes that I mentioned earlier, those the analytics, the scripts, the follow-up systems, and the day-by-day processes, then I want to invite you to join me for my 30-day wholesale deal challenge. Now, check this out. Up until this point in time, the longest training and challenge I've ever done has been 3 days. I'm going to be going live with you every day for 30 days straight. So this is going to be like the most intense challenge I've ever done. And the goal is to get you a wholesale deal within 30 days. Now, is this an ambitious goal? Absolutely. But I'm going to be showing you, again, the exact, most direct, step-by-step, day-by-day formula. I'm going to be doing it live in front of you so you can watch me do a deal, kind of behind-the-scenes style in real time. And you just need to replicate like what I'm doing on my screen to ensure that you get a deal in 30 days. But sweetening this up, it gets even better. So not only am I going to be giving you all the training that you need, giving you that live feedback, we're going to be doing Q&A, we're going to be doing role play, deal review, all that good stuff, and it'll all be live. But I'm also giving you all of the resources you need to get a wholesale deal in 30 days. So once you join the challenge, you don't need to, go out and buy anything else, use any extra resources. You're going to get access to 30 days of my preferred CRM. You'll get all the data that you need. You'll get the exact lists. You're going to get a system for running comps. You'll have MLS access. You'll have skip tracing included, contracts, forms, electronic document signing, a dialer system, And then you'll have the option for me to sell your deal for you. Now, full transparency, this is kind of where it gets sweet for me. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this. But you can sell your deal yourself and you'll keep 100% of your profits, or you can send it to my cash buyers list that I've been building again for the last 10 years, over 20,000 cash buyers on there, and I will handle all of the disposition. I will sell the deal for you and we'll split the profits 50-50. So it's, learn while you earn. Also, it's going to be 100% virtual, so you'll do your deal without ever having to meet a seller, meet a buyer, or even see the property. And man, you don't even have to show up to the closing. Everything is going to be done online. You'll get your money wired to you from the title company. So I'm really excited, man. There's probably a lot more stuff that I'm probably forgetting here, but I did make a video and a web page, put all the details up. So there are also a lot of testimonials or income proofs on that page, so you can take a look at that stuff, know that it works. And I'll put that link down in the description, so make sure you go and check it out. Now, the challenge begins on Monday, July 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you don't have that much time. It will be a live program, so this is somewhat time sensitive. Yes, there will be replays available in a members only area, but I highly suggest that you show up live. Stay engaged, all right? And the last thing I want to mention is that this is really not for any type of dabbler. It's going to be very intense. Just want to set your expectations properly. We have a very ambitious goal to hit. You are going to need to make sacrifices. You're going to need to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to be working probably harder than you've ever worked before. You got to be consistent, but you will have, again, an exact fast path to getting that deal in 30 days. So if you are a real action taker who is committed, and I say real action takers because so many people, they talk that talk, but in my experience, the real action takers, people who are really serious, they're pretty rare. But if you have that burning desire, that drive to do that deal, 30 days, and then use that momentum from that deal to start doing regular deals, making multiple 4- and 5-figure checks every single month, maybe quitting your job. That's probably the biggest motivator for me, being your own boss and just enjoying all of the benefits that this business has to offer. Then definitely go ahead, check the link in the description, and let's get going. Again, challenge starts Monday, July 11th, but there is some prerequisite homework to do before the challenge starts on Monday. Also, spaces are limited, so make sure you get in there, take that action, and grab your spot now. Can't tell you how excited I am for this one. I want you to get really excited, get really pumped up. If you've been spinning your wheels, kind of trying this stuff without getting the desired results, maybe feeling overwhelmed, not sure what to do, just at least go check out the website. More explanation there. It's going to be the most results-oriented training I've ever done. I'm going above and beyond. I want to over-deliver. Again, show you exactly what to do. There's no questions. It's objective. Get that deal 30 days. So with that said, thank you for joining me for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on. Helps the YouTube algorithm or whatever, and I, again, really appreciate it. Those of you signing up for the challenge, I cannot wait to see you on Monday. I'm ready. I'm pumped up. Everyone else, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.